The Los Angeles Chargers have been a roller coaster the last couple of years. They might not have been to the playoffs, but they definitely put on a show for the fans, whether it was positive or negative. They were notorious for blowing leads and losing close games in the worst and most painful ways imaginable. That's what it was like being a Chargers fan for the last 3 seasons, prior to 2022. In 2018, they made it all the way to the divisional round of the playoffs, but after that, they fell off the face of the earth, putting up a dismal 21-28 record since that point in time. In the midst of all that darkness, they drafted former Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert, and from there the franchise took a turn. This year they've made the jump, adding many key players to the roster. It finally looks like these Chargers will break through. I want to start by talking about how Justin Herbert has progressed from his rookie season until now, which is to say, not very much. Not because he hasn't been good, just because he came to the league on fire. In that rookie season, he threw 31 touchdowns with an impressive 98.3 passer rating, which ranked 12th out of 35 qualified quarterbacks. His success is detrimental to the franchise, and he hasn't missed a beat so far in his young and developing NFL career. We can only expect him to get better this year, especially when he has dominant targets to throw to, like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Although they're two vastly different receivers, they both fit right in with Herbert's strengths. Keenan Allen has been a commanding presence in the Chargers offense for years, and he's not going anywhere. In his age 29 season, he put up well over 1,100 receiving yards as sort of a security blanket for Herbert. He definitely isn't the most flashy, but he would be quite easily a number 1 guy on other teams' depth charts. Mike Williams, on the other end, has made some highlight plays. Coming off a career year in 2021, where he averaged an absurd 15.1 yards for a reception, Williams is a big-bodied receiver who has been credited by many to be the best jump ball receiver in the entire NFL. 6'4" with insane athleticism, he's a problem for defenses, especially in the red zone. Jalen Guyton is another name I'll throw out there, as being mainly a speed guy and deep threat. When he's on the field, he could break one at any moment, and the offensive supremacy doesn't end there. While having all of that, the Chargers boast all-pro running back Austin Eckler. This guy can really do it all. He can be a powerful runner that burns through tackles. He has speed, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. Like Williams, he's coming off a career year which he collected 1,558 total yards from scrimmage and 20 total touchdowns. It's an embarrassment of riches on offense, but offense has never really been the problem for the Chargers, at least in recent years. Over the last 2 seasons, they have surrendered 26.8 points per game on average, good for 25th in the league. It's clear they had a defensive problem, and so they went out this offseason and acquired 2 stars at their positions, Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. This absolutely unwatchable defense has transformed into one of the more feared units in the NFL. With Joey Bosa leading the defensive line, Derwin James and Asante Samuel Jr. backing up Jackson in the secondary, there's no question of depth. It's simply a question of how they will perform. Unfortunately for them though, they're in the all-of-a-sudden stacked AFC West division, with 4 plenty competent teams fighting for the division title. Like we saw a few nights ago, the Chiefs have a leg up on the Chargers so far, but it's hard to count them out after 1 game when Justin Herbert had a nagging injury for most of the 4th quarter. As for the Broncos and Raiders, they're more like wild cards. Russell Wilson has a reputation of being inconsistent from week to week, and that Raiders defense always feels like a question mark. The Chargers are clearly one of the best teams in the entire AFC. Can they hold on to games in the 4th quarter? Will their special teams pull through punting and kicking wise? There might be a lot of questions surrounding this year's team, but everyone knows that they're better than a lot of other teams, and I think they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl.